business and soul. Oh, sorry, I got interrupted there. Yeah, so EntrepreneurFit, I built it, for a rejuvenation and a healing zone for all entrepreneurs, individuals, and families. But we do market, more to entrepreneurs because we're all alike, right? We're all working 12, 14 hours a day. We're neglecting our nutrition, our health, our exercise, our stress levels are going up. We're not hanging around the family as much, losing intimacy with our husbands, wives, and those around you and your business are only as healthy as you are. So that's why we wanted to build this rejuvenation and healing zone. So people like us can get access to literally every single service in the health, wellness, and fitness industry, as well as health and wellness and fitness products, all at a discounted rate. So it's like Groupon, but for all health, wellness, and fitness services. So we've really been successful on building a beautiful, beautiful team that is very heart-centered with partners that are going to offer these services. And it is a subscription-based platform. I'll explain that a little bit later because I don't want to give away everything right at the beginning. We're not a pitch company. We're not here to pitch you. We're only here to help you. So I have the fortunate ways to be working with Shauna Romano, who is absolutely amazing. One of the most heart-centered people I have met. We just became new friends, and now we're very good friends at that. She's got 2 awesome dogs. I'm a very big dog lover. But, Shauna spends as much time in the country as I do. So she's amazing. She runs a company called Project 11 and also Love to Move. She is here to help people become a better version of themselves in every aspect. She's doing it for me. I'm on her product, that she helps with the sale, and I'm getting muscly now. I'm all excited, right? Getting that COVID body out of here. So thank you, Shauna. She's our host for today, and we're going to be featuring Magda. She is here. Magda, just give a wave so everybody sees you. So Magda is going to be teaching us about learning how to love our bodies and, having fun doing it. And I'm not going to go into that because this is her expertise and I'm going to let her explain that. So the agenda is we're going to listen to Magda, everything she has to offer. I'm going to come back on. I'm going to give you guys a quick little demo on EntrepreneurFit and how it works and how it's going to make you become the healthiest version of yourself as well as your business. And then Magda is going to come back on, tell you the exclusive offer she gives eFit partners. And then we're just going to do whatever we want. Okay. So Shauna, take it away.
Thank you so much, Chris. It's pretty exciting for us to be here today. We did one a while ago and it was great. We met a lot of new faces, a lot of great people. So I'm really excited to be here to basically be launching EntrepreneurFit with Chris and to bring on Magda. And we have so many great people on this platform that we get to interview and we get to learn from and we get to share with. And collaboration, I think, is huge. And one of the things that Chris said is like, we're all the same. I'm like, no, I chew my food 35 times and some of us are not all the same. And that's why we're here, so that we can all help each other with tips and tricks so that, we can figure out how to go live on Facebook and we can figure out how to maybe drop some weight, what we call weight release in this industry, or we can put some muscle on. Chris, good job. I like to see the bites growing if that's important to you, or whatever your goals are. When we collaborate and we work together, it's so much better. So that's why I'm excited to be here. And I think that this topic of love your body, I just had this conversation this morning with one of my clients. All of us we can take the science and we can buy a million different books, but it's what we do with it. And it's where we start. And love is a very high frequency. Love, when we care about our own selves and we have a self-respect that leads to a self-love, we will make different choices. And so I really love this topic. And my company's called Love to Move. There's a big shock. I love to move my body. I'm a change agent. I like when people change and shift and grow. And that's just what fuels me to keep going in this field. So with that, our lovely Magda has a program that is based on, number one, love your body. And, if you watch her or follow her at all, you'll see that she's got a very healthy attitude about being in her own skin. And with that, Magda, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and how you got into this and what this program is really about?
Sure. So I'm a health coach, a certified health coach. I studied at the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. Although I got a few other degrees before that in peace and conflict resolution studies, in psychology, and in Spanish. But my focus now is health coaching. And so, like many health coaches, I got into this because of my own health problems. And I would go to doctors for different chronic conditions. Many of them were undiagnosed. And unfortunately, I wasn't getting many answers. And that kind of forced me to start looking at alternatives. So I can give you an example. One of the things I was struggling with for 15 years, not knowing what it was I had parasites that were all over my body after a trip to Mexico. I had no idea what it was, though, when I would keep going to the doctor. And every time I was told, it's probably in your head, like these are weird symptoms, we don't understand, but nobody thought to test me. But after 15 years, one doctor decided, oh, maybe we should test you. And it turned out I had an amoeba that had spread through my entire body. The next step was to send me to a tropical disease specialist. And the specialist told me, these are so hard to treat. You actually can't treat them. So you have to organize your life in such a way that you have to sleep 18 hours a day, which is what I was doing, and waking up exhausted. So that started me on the journey of, okay, I'm not going to take that. That's not an answer for me. There must be something out there that will help. They did give me some drug that only made me feel worse. But then I started researching natural medicine. So I saw some homeopaths and naturopaths, and I tried some detoxes, but nothing was really helping. I was learning a ton about natural medicine, but because a lot of the things that I was being told were very restrictive, like you can't eat sugar, you have to go on this crazy cleanse, I was really bad at following restrictions just don't work well for me. So I kept looking, and finally I came across an acupuncturist, and he said, all I have to do is strengthen my liver. He's like, you can either drink bleach because that's how hard these parasites are to kill, or you can just strengthen your liver, which is actually responsible for getting rid of pathogens in your body on its own. And within 2 months of treatment with him, he gave me this herb to drink, as well as acupuncture twice a week. I was completely healed of my symptoms. Like, it was like a miracle. For the first time in over 15 years, I felt like a normal person that could sleep 7 hours a day and not be exhausted. My brain fog went away, my digestion improved, everything, all because he strengthened my liver. So then I started learning about Chinese medicine and so on. And eventually I got into the health coaching certificate because I wanted to help other people who are struggling with things that doctors would tell them are incurable. And I also wanted to say, during this process, one of the things I also struggled in my life was binge eating. I would eat out of stress. And so I wasn't ever like extremely overweight, but I was definitely not at a weight that I knew I could have been. Like, my weight was reflecting how much I was eating, which was quite a lot because of feeling depressed, feeling anxious. Usually the anxiety is what drove me to eat. It kind of calmed my anxiety in the moment. But I realized that, and also, again, restrictions don't work for me. So I would try like just going on diets, restricting sugar, restricting certain foods, and then I would end up actually binging even more. But I realized that when I stopped focusing on my weight, when I started focusing on strengthening my liver, when I started focusing on just creating a healthy lifestyle for myself, because all these healthy habits that I was doing started to make me feel better, I actually just lost weight. And I didn't even notice that I did until like a year later. And I was like, wow, I actually am a weight that I'm happy with. And it stayed off forever because I was implementing these habits rather than going on diets. And that's kind of where Love Your Body emerged from, is a program for people who might be prone to binge eating, who have tried a lot of different diets, who might have hormonal imbalances that are, even if they're not eating much, they're still gaining weight or just not able to take it off. And I just want to help people implement this similar types of habits that I implemented, and then just see the fat melt away naturally without having to think about it, and it being fun in the process. So it's no restrictions, no willpower, no calorie counting, just learning how to treat your body with love. That was a long intro.
Good. No, that's a great intro. And, you know, just to give you a little bit of the stats on that, in case some of you are interested, it's a $70 billion industry, the diet industry. It's quite in bed with the fitness industry, and they rely on myth and manipulation. And after anyone who's had any success in any of the past of the sort of what I would call fads in the diet industry, that is 1% that is still successful after 5 years. So $70 billion with the 1% success rate seems like most of us should not be paying attention to a lot of that myth and manipulation. Magda, you're right. That's a huge problem. And that's they're selling hope. You can go into the diet area of a bookstore. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So why is it not working? It's not working because there's a little bit of science that's been taken and expanded into things that might work for that 1%, but it's not going to work for everyone. So I love that your first step is how do I just be healthier? What is the healthiest version of me? And why do I even want to? Right. So, you came from, a lot of people find their way into wellness and into health from a scare where they actually no longer have it anymore. Right. We usually have, whether it's a parasite or suddenly we have an allergy we didn't know about, or fatigue, or skin issues are big right now. You know, people are showing toxins on their bodies, or heart disease, or blood sugar levels, diabetes, all those things. And it's usually something like that motivates us. But sometimes it also will be the catalyst that gives up, that helps, that push people into, I don't care anymore, I just give up. So what is the missing piece? And I think that's what you're talking about right now, is learn, not, what my life needs to mean more than 18-hour sleeps and waking up exhausted. And you went to work. And sometimes it takes 10 years to figure out what's going on. Sometimes it takes 5, 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes 10 months. But if you're not happy, then you keep searching. But first you have to know why you're searching. So I would ask you that. What kept you going? What kept you searching to find something other than?
Because I knew I couldn't live that way. Like my life was, I was feeling horrible. Every day was a struggle. And I didn't want to accept that as my reality. And then solutions showed up. It took a while. Like it was around 3 years before I came across this acupuncturist, because that's the thing that worked for me. Maybe a really strict cleanse and detox protocol would have worked for somebody else. But it didn't work for me, which is why I created this program for people like myself who want to have fun, who want to eat what they want, who want to eat delicious food. But yeah, I believe that solutions are there, and we just have to be willing to see them and not give up. And sometimes it may take a while, but the hope is always there with something at the end of it. Yeah. And
what I would say is if you're someone, or someone who's searching, find yourself a great coach, find yourself someone who's had a similar experience and that has gone through that, and maybe can guide you, or you might have heard something 10 times. I'm sure everyone on this call has heard this before. I've heard this 10 times or more, but finally the penny dropped this time. Maybe because the energy of that person's different, or the way they're saying it's different. I've been now coaching for over 35 years, and I cringe at some of my first programs, but I'm also like, I was a baby and I was a beginner, and people who just needed baby beginner coaching, that's what they got. And we had success. But as you get better and as you get going in these fields, you have so much experience. And that's what I see with you, Magda, is you've got great personal experience to share with people and to help people who've maybe tried a lot of things. And they're like, okay, I've tried everything, it's not working. What makes your program special? What makes your program different? What would bring someone to you rather than maybe a quick fix over here, or a special, I don't know, potion over there, or, I think I've had a cookie diet before. What makes your program, do you think, special?
I mean, there are a few things. First of all, I am a walking testimony of it, which not every program leader is that way. Some are, but not everyone. But primarily I would say is that there's no willpower involved. And most diets, involve discipline, willpower, taking all the responsibility on yourself. People are like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to start, and then they don't, and then they get down on themselves. And then again, it's like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to start. And so you're not going to have to deal with any of that stuff, because there's going to be there's a ton of support in my program, daily support, actually, accountability with a partner that you get paired up with. But also I really help people understand the psychology of the mind. So the first 3 weeks are actually mostly just understanding how the human mind works. It's not about changing your thoughts or changing your feelings, but simply by understanding how your mind works, you're going to feel less depressed. You're going to feel less anxious. You're going to feel less urges for sugar or for chips. It's a very different approach. It's called, well, anyway, I won't go into the details of it, but it's just a different approach than what I've seen in typical psychology. So that's one thing. Another one is, again, that it's fun. Like the recipes are delicious. I'm not going to make you eat celery sticks every day or just drink water. Like there's some of the food that you're going to try, that you're going to be able to make through this program, is actually going to be better than food you would have at a restaurant, just because it's not only nutritious, but it has so much flavor. I love food, actually. I love to eat and I love food. So I like to enjoy it. Another thing too is like I have really quick and effective ways to not only lose weight, but just generally support your body. So for example, one thing is that one thing I'm still recovering from, but I was specifically dealing with more like 2 years ago, was adrenal fatigue. And because of all my research around adrenal fatigue, I found ways to recover from it within like overnight, literally. If I had an adrenal crash, normally people take maybe 2 weeks to recover from a crash. I can actually recover overnight because of the things that I know to take. And so same thing with weight loss. I can give you things that within 2 days, you're going to stop having cravings for sugar. Within 2 days, you're actually going to feel a little bit lighter. Within maybe 4 days, if you suffer from constipation, you'll be able to have regular bowel movements, like very effective techniques because of the things that I've learned over time. Yeah, actually,
are those like botanical, or the tips and tricks? Like what?
Give all types of things. So breath work is one of them. A type of water to be drank is one of them. So for example, intermittent fasting. So people are like, they think about intermittent fasting like, oh, I have to fast for 24 hours, or I can't eat after 6 and I can't eat till 12. Honestly, you can stop eating at 8 every night and eat even whatever time in the morning you want. Just stop eating at 8 and try that for a little while and see how you feel. And you'll see that you're going to start to feel better. And because you're going to feel better, you're going to want to do it for longer. So maybe you're going to stop eating at 7 or 6 after a few days, because you're already seeing the results. Another thing is something, so I call it swamp water, and it can get quite a lot of ingredients can get involved. But if you just want to start with something small, so the swamp water is basically to improve your digestion, to get your colon moving. It's very detoxifying. It also is satiating. So it totally makes you full for hours. As a result, you end up losing weight. So basically it's 1 tablespoon of chia seeds in a cup and a half of water, I would say. A pinch of sea salt, because sea salt helps to absorb water better into your body, so it doesn't just go right through you. And a dropper full of liquid chlorophyll, because liquid chlorophyll is very cleansing and detoxifying. The reason I focus a lot on detox is because cells that have toxins in it hold on to fat. So once you start release the toxins from your cells, the fat starts to leave your body as well. And I have people that like take this drink for 1 or 2 days, and already they're like, wow, I didn't eat until like 1 p.m. because I wasn't hungry, because the chia seeds are so filling, and they're also really high in fiber, really high in protein, tons of amino acids, so really good for your brain health. So that's one small little example. Another is, yes, essential oils, for example, how to use essential oils. They're so powerful. Like, for example, can you guys guess how many cups of peppermint tea would be equivalent to 1 drop of peppermint essential oil in terms of like the value of it? Can you guess? Anybody can guess.
4.
4, says Shauna. Anybody else?
Cindy says 10.
10. So it's actually 28.
Oh,
So imagine the benefits of that one little drop. And that stuff, you guys, for example, 1 drop of peppermint essential oil, it wakes you up. You don't need coffee. When you take 1 little drop of that, I've tried it. I'm driving sometimes and I get so relaxed and I start to fall asleep. Just take a drop of oil and I'm instantly alert. So think of that. You don't even have to go buy a coffee, which is even not that healthy. There are healthy versions of coffee, but I mean like stopping at a Tim Hortons, right? So stuff like that.
nice.
I
love that, Magda,
yeah.
because when you say love your body, like my very first program, when I'm working with weight releases, they make a love to eat list. Yeah. And then we work on mental detox. And you shared swamp water with me. And guess what I've got going here? My dirt tea, which is the fennel, the coriander and fennel seeds. And you boil it and it's the same. This is the dirt tea weather. Well, we called it dirt tea, like you called it swamp water. So there's always tips and tricks. And I love Magda's approach because it's about the psychology first. And if you don't change the switch here, it's very hard to switch the body to using fat as a fuel source. That has to be the second switch. So I'm super supportive of that. I think that's just brilliant that we have to figure out why we're doing it. What is our why? And then all the little tips and tricks that we learn and share. And sorry. No, go ahead.
I wanted to say also, in terms of the psychology, I'm actually not about mindset changing and changing your thoughts. And it's actually none of that. It's truly just understanding how our minds work and really just learning to not take our thoughts too seriously, because we're always having thoughts as a human being for the rest of your life. You're going to have thoughts come into your mind, positive thoughts, negative thoughts, as we judge them to be. They're actually just neutral, but we end up giving meaning to them. And the more we focus on those thoughts, the more they gain substance, even though they have no substance. So they're literally like passing clouds. And if you grab onto a cloud trying to fix it, it's not like you're going to trap it. You're not going to let it pass. So it's actually really just learning that your thoughts are not that important, and not taking them seriously is the key to freedom, actually, within your mind and within your body. Because once you stop believing that, for example, you have a thought like, oh, I'm really craving this piece of chocolate cake. And you convince yourself that it's going to make me feel better. I know it always makes me feel better. So then you go have it, but then you realize it's actually such a temporary fix that next time you have that thought, you're going to think, okay, I really want that piece of chocolate cake. And I don't have to take this thought seriously. I can just let it be there as long as it needs to be, but I just don't have to attach too much meaning to it. So that's more the approach that I take, is just understanding that thoughts are meant to come and go. And we don't have to believe every thought that pops into our mind. Yeah.
That's fun because a lot of, like you said, it has to be fun. That's a nice approach. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to start my diet. And diet's just a word, a 4-letter word with a bad reputation. Diet is just what we put in our body. I'm going to start my diet on Monday. Well, every time you eat, you have a diet, right? It's like posture. Yeah. It could be like whatever you want your posture to be, it's going to be. It's just a word that we attach meaning to, kind of like the thought. But as soon as people think I'm going to start my diet on Monday, they go eat a bunch of stuff they never would have eaten. And, they eat all kinds of bunk all weekend, and they probably wouldn't have done that because there's so much attached to that thought.
Totally.
So that's a beautiful way to look at it.
Yeah. It's loosening the attachment. Yeah. Loosening the attachment to the thought. So on a slightly different topic, I also wanted to share a little bit about sleep, because actually for me, the number one weight loss remedy is sleep. Because when you're sleeping, your body is doing all the detoxifying processes. Different organs get detoxified at different stages of your sleep. Like from 11 to 1 a.m., it's one. Then from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., it's a different one. So one thing that I wanted to mention is that a lot of people are actually deficient in magnesium, and there are many different kinds of magnesium, but one that I suggest to people, especially if you're having trouble sleeping, it's called magnesium bisglycinate. It's a very highly absorbable form of magnesium. And I actually started taking it because I had restless legs. Again, it was like for 5 years straight, I think I had these restless legs and nothing was helping, not even different types of magnesium, until one day this lady recommended the bisglycinate. And I took it, and in 2 days, the restless legs had completely calmed down. And I realized I was sleeping better. It also facilitated weight loss, and my mood was better. My hormones balanced. Like I don't get PMS symptoms at all because my hormones are balanced. And by the way, PMS symptoms are not natural. There are many countries in which women don't experience PMS or premenopause or postmenopause because of their diets. So in North America, we deem them as, oh, it's just a part of life. Not really. If you do the right stuff, you don't have to experience that. So yeah, I just wanted to mention magnesium to people because that's a supplement that many of us are deficient in, and stress actually depletes our magnesium levels. And magnesium is also really excellent for adrenal support. So if you're feeling burnt out or you're often stressed, that's a good thing to supplement with.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Well, and you just nailed a whole bunch of those problems, right? We have that sometimes it's a weight management problem at the end. Sometimes it's an anxiety issue or depression issue. Sleep, number one, right? We have to rejuvenate. I know that's Chris's favorite word, rejuve. We have to rejuvenate. So sleep is huge. And if your chemistry's off, there's two control systems in the body, right? Our nervous system and our endocrine system, which is chemistry, and they have to work like a good marriage. And when they're in a bad marriage, there's no divorce and your body just goes and spins. So when we can get these things working together in combination, and you can hear from Magda that she's got lots of ideas and lots of different things that you work on just to have a better outcome energetically. You sleep better, you feel better, you do more, you move more. Everything is cycling up. When we're sleeping poorly, everything cycles down, right? Then we fatigue feed, right? And the whole love to eat goes out the window because we just eat our arm or whatever's in sight when we're exhausted. And we're usually not even hungry, we're just exhausted. So I love that you're helping people understand where they're at to begin with, and then creating a chemical balance for them to be able to have success, and also an emotional, psychological balance.
Yeah, I love what you said about the chemical balance, because once your body has the right nutrients, the right chemistry, everything starts to function as it should on its own. So you don't have to do anything. Your body actually does the work to get you into a healthy state. You just have to bring your body back into homeostasis. So into balance with all these different, like hormonally and in your like brain chemistry, it's all related. Even with brain chemistry, 90% of serotonin is actually created in our gut, in our stomach. So if you want to help your mood, what you should do is actually address, yes, on one side, there's the psychology and all this stuff, but another thing is to support your gut flora. So taking things like probiotics, which a lot of people I think are familiar with, but even more importantly, something like prebiotics. So prebiotics are basically the food that probiotics feed off of. It's kind of like creating the proper environment for the probiotics, the good bacteria, to thrive. And once you have your digestive system working properly, it will produce the right amount of serotonin for your brain. So it's kind of like addressing things slightly indirectly. Like even in Chinese medicine, he didn't address the parasites. He doesn't care about my parasites. He cares about the state of my liver, which can do exactly what it needs to do to even rid me of something that I've had for 15 years that was ruining my life. To me, it's actually magical that our bodies are capable of so much as long as they're just getting the right support. So it's,
bodies are the magic. We just have to give them the tools. And you sound like you have so many tools. And serotonin is our leadership hormone. It's like, yay, when we have feelings of well-being, like I can do this, that's that serotonin in the brain. We want that. It's like dopamine hit, some are good, Some are not so good. How many likes have you got on Facebook? If you're addicted to that dopamine hit, it might not be the best dopamine you want. You might want to have some dark chocolate because it's on your love to eat list, and it is, you know, got all the yummy stuff in it that's going to give you that little bit of dopamine. And that's what we want to understand, chemistry enough, not to be like geek out the way I might, but enough. Chris is laughing at that. But enough to hang on, just enough really to make better choices. Like go, yeah, I don't need the chocolate cake because I actually know that it's just, I'm tired, or I'm exhausted, or I'm thirsty. Am I actually hungry, or do I really want the chocolate cake? And then if you really want to eat the chocolate cake and it's someone's birthday, you're going to devour it in a way with love and grace and enjoy it. Yeah. And that's what I've heard you. And, you know, when we've been talking in the past, you want people to love what they're doing and have fun doing it, and maybe start making little changes that will help them find their way to, like you said, you won't even notice. It's like weight release is the
side effect.
Yes,
byproduct. Yeah.
Of sleeping better, of understanding your choices. That's what I hear your program saying when you say love yourself enough to understand your choices and understand your chemistry. Give yourself a little bit of education so that you can, because we always, and I didn't finish that sentence, but we always go back to the imprint. I have people working with me right now that have been in Weight Watchers since they were 10 years old. They know it doesn't work, but they've been imprinted for 40 years about a calorie in, calorie out. And that is true under certain circumstances. We do have to create an energy deficit, but we can do it in a way that's supportive of the body's magic.
Exactly.
By giving it the tools. And that's what I hear you saying. So is there anything else you want to add, Magda?
Well, actually, when you were talking about the chocolate cake and you were saying, well, maybe it's because I'm tired or exhausted. And yes, or it could be like an emotional thing that the reason you're craving it, but you could also be craving it because you're deficient in the nutrients that chocolate contains.
Theobromine.
Theobromine, magnesium. Actually, it's super high in magnesium. It could be one of many things that it contains. But the thing is, the chocolate cake won't have that nutritional value. However, a delicious homemade essential oil and super herb infused chocolate will, or even one that you buy at Community Natural Foods. They have a lot of dark chocolate that's really delicious, and it's actually contains the minerals that your body is craving. And once you have a couple pieces of that chocolate, you will feel so satisfied. Whereas if you ate a chocolate cake, you're still going to be craving because your body didn't receive the nutrients from it. So cravings, you can look it up. Like when you're craving certain things, it might be like if you're craving chips a lot, it might be that you're salt deficient. So what you should do is add a little bit of sea salt to your water every time you have some water, right? So you could look up what your cravings can mean, which is, again, it goes back to my point of like, it's not your fault if you are craving these things. It's not your fault that you can't lose weight. It's just because we've been miseducated on how our bodies work, right? So,
you know, I have to say something. It's funny that you said that because there's times where I just crave tomatoes for some reason, and I don't know what I need from it. And olives, I think it's just because I love them, but I don't know. But maybe that's the sodium content in there. I'm not sure, but I don't know what
it is. Salt that you put on?
I don't know. I've never put salt on any of my food. But tomatoes, I get the oddest craving for times.
Yeah, it sounds like it's more a physical thing then. Tomatoes, I'm not sure. Maybe vitamin C. I'm actually not too sure what tomatoes.
Leptin. There's so many different thoughts on so many different foods. And I will say this, Chris, and to everyone, there is not one thing that's going to work for Magda, that's going to work for me, that's going to work for Chris. There's going to be a lot of different things. That said, there are tips and tricks to balance the body. There are tips and tricks to help the body find its own magic to create what it needs. And if one thing doesn't work for you, peppermint, I've tried that. It's not a great thing for me. I used to try it actually as almost like a stimulant before I slid, because I rev pretty high already. And it was almost like taking sniffing salts. So it can work for people. But for me, I need to bring myself down. So I do a lot of the magnesium. I don't need to bring myself up. I need to bring myself down. And everybody's different because everybody's chemistry is different. Your blood type's different. Your dosha is different. If you follow Ayurvedic, there's so many different things. So with that, Magda, I feel like the last thing I should ask you is, what is it that you are offering people with your program right now?
Right. So it's a program that will start end of November. The exact date will be determined once people sign up. So it'll be between 10 and 15 participants. I don't want it to be too big, just so that people get the right accountability, but they get daily support for 3 months. So it's a 3-month program to really kickstart your love your body journey. Every week there's going to be a different topic. So like I mentioned, the first 3 weeks will be all about the psychology of the mind, breath work, energetic work, actually, to get our bodies into a good state. And then it'll be topics such as detox, hormone balancing, gut health, sugar replacements, how to naturally just boost your energy. A lot of the people that have done my program before, one of the main things they say is that they sleep better and that they have way more energy. They just feel more alive, and they just stop craving the foods that they used to crave. So yeah, 3 months program with weekly live Zoom calls for an hour and a half every week. And then every day there's support within a WhatsApp or Facebook group that'll be determined again, just to kind of keep people on a daily basis, because you attend something once a week and then you forget about it. So I want people to be on the ball, like thinking about these things on a regular basis, giving them reminders of what did we learn, what are you going to be applying, inspiring them to continue it every single day for the 3 months. So it's quite an immersive program, but it's not overwhelming. People that took it, it's like you can participate as much or as little as you want. I'll be there for you guys. But again, it's up to you how much you want to do with it. And of course, people that are partners and clients of EntrepreneurFit get 25% off the program. So everyone here, pretty much, I think.
Yeah, no, there's a few people in here that aren't, and I'll explain that in a little bit further detail. But Magda, that was fantastic, and I'm really excited on my journey to become healthy. Shauna's helped me. Now you're helping me. Now I'm just, I don't think anything will be able to penetrate.
Tomatoes are helping you.
Yeah, like everybody's helping me. I think the only thing that's going to take me down is kryptonite now. I really appreciate all of this. So what I'm going to do here, everybody, is quickly walk you through. I'm very passionate about this, about EntrepreneurFit. Jay down below is a great friend of mine. He's helped me build this along the step of the way. He has a company called Hatch Up. He does amazing work with anybody in any industry, but he'll be working with, a lot of people in the health and wellness industry. So reach out to him. He's one of our partners, but I'm going to get you, Magda, to just make me co-host or host so I can share my screen.
Sure.
And just show you what eFit's like. Some of your partners and upcoming partners will really benefit from this because you'll see exactly how it works. And I think I'm ready to go in. I am. And so I'm going to just share my screen with you. So this is EntrepreneurFit here. This is our main site, the healing zone for entrepreneurs and individuals. We're very big believers that, health, wellness, and fitness can be challenging and costly. So we want to really alleviate that and build a community of like-minded people and people to lock arms that are very enthusiasts of being the healthiest version of themselves, as well as their business as an entrepreneur. We're not getting paychecks as entrepreneurs. So, there can be a lot of stress there. So we want to alleviate most of that to make those around you very happy, you happy, and your business happy. So this is our site here. I won't go through everything with you. I'd like to generally whip through this pretty quick. But as you can see here, these are most of the services that we offer. There will be a couple coming on because we like to be as diverse as possible. So we have ADHD coaching, PTSD, sex intimacy therapists, Tantra coaches. We have hypnosis, dating coaches, addiction, exercise products, skincare. We have LGBTQ. For example, I had 3 people reach out to me that were a little bit nervous about coming out, and they were afraid it was going to affect their business. And I really wanted to put something together for them that they could, have a niche person to speak to about that. We have psychics, productivity boosters, mediums, psychologists. Now you got to remember that, when you go onto Google and you search up yoga, right? You're going to get 30 pages. You don't know, who to pick and what to pick. So we've developed this platform here where we only have 3 to 4 people that do that specific category, so that you have that option to choose who you want to work with, see their profile and exactly what they do, because and the reason I chose 3 to 4 partners to facilitate these services is, one, I don't eat up Boston Pizza because the menu's too big. I can't make my mind up. I don't want you guys as a user to feel the same. And if they're not the right fit for you, you have the option to go to a couple others without feeling you have to leave the platform. So we want to make it as user-friendly for you guys as possible, and to be very trustworthy. So I'm going to just go in and show you what it looks like to once you become a subscriber. And I'm going to tell you right now, as a subscriber, you only pay $25 a month for a family. And I always like to tell people this up front, because like I said, this isn't a pitch. We're here to help you guys. So say, the wife wants to use breathing coaching or yoga. She can get that at 25, 30% off. And the husband wants to use men coaching or fitness, 30% off. If your son or daughter has ADHD issues and you want to go through ADHD coaching or use a child psychologist, you're going to get that at 25, 30% off. We give your first month for free, so that you can get familiar with our platform and lock arm with these like-minded individuals. And it works out to 83 cents a day. I mean, none of our partners inflate their prices and discount. These are street level prices that you can't get anywhere else at this cost, facilitated by the best of the best. So we're very proud to have the team that we have right now. So we're just going to go into login real quick. I forget my username and password, so I'm just going to, from the liking of Jay has helped me, so I can do this. Oh, hey, look at that. It's already there. So we're just going to log in, and this is you as a subscriber. So you only get to see this if you're a subscriber or a partner. So you're going to be able to come in here. You can search things like nutrition. I spelt that right. So we go to nutrition. These people all deal with something to do with nutrition. So you can go click in there, so we can, let's go to see if we can go through Magda. We're going to go find here. So these are all of our partners. Now keep in mind, there's only half of them added. The rest of it will be added today. But you can, see Deepak, it'll tell you what he does, what Amanda does. She's a natural state of health. Melody Chardon, Jonathan Tarrant. So let's see if we can find Magda in here, which is right here. So we'll go click her profile. So just right at the beginning card, she teaches people how to implement super easy, fun, effective ways to lose weight and eliminate stress. 25% off of her coaching programs. That's exclusive to the EntrepreneurFit community, whether you're a partner or a subscriber. So we're going to go click learn more a little bit. So you as a subscriber would be able to come in here, see what she does. We're going to add a little bit more to her profile, but this is, the basic idea. So it'll tell you what she does. You can get access to her Facebook, her Instagram, and her website, and then to contact her. So it's that simple that you're just able to contact her and she'll get right back to you because she gets alerted through the site and through email. So you get that 25% discount off of her platforms that she offers. Now, you as a subscriber will be able to come in here because we are a health, wellness, and fitness and life store. And what that means is all of our subscribers for the $25 a month, 83 cents a day, not only get discounts on all these health and wellness and fitness services and products like clothing, apparel, and supplements to really help your health. You also get access to life discounts because it just goes hand in hand. So what this is here is open, and I'm going to dismiss this. This is where you'll be able to find discounts, say at fast food, retail clothing, restaurants, fast food, car rentals, hotels, all that kind of stuff. So that, you're saving in every possible way of your life. And only subscribers and partners get access to this. And this is also included in the $25 a month subscription. And then also you're free to post your events. If you want to post an event, you just send an email, let me know, and we'll be able to add it here. So these are upcoming events. For those of you who don't know, we just partnered with Tony Robbins, Chris Vox, some very amazing people here. So they're supporting EntrepreneurFit. So that's, for example, this Tony Robbins event that's happening or supposed to happen November 2nd, all eFit partners and subscribers get a 25% discount for attending that event. And no, you can't get that anywhere else. So it's, there's the savings are everywhere to become a healthier, better version of yourself. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to stop sharing because I don't want to bore you guys too much with everything in there, but that's how EntrepreneurFit works. We're really excited to be working with people across North America. We are still looking for a few more partners. So if you want to offer services to the community of subscribers, I'd love to hear from you. I'll put my digital business card again right in the chat if I figure out how to do that. Just bear with me. We would love to have you and have that conversation. And then also, I am going to put, oh no, I meant to send that to everyone. So sorry, my bad. Just bear with me. Sometimes I'm a little too quick with the fingers. Oh yeah, that's to everyone. So there's my digital card for you guys to contact me. I'm also going to put the website address if you guys can, hang on a sec here. Share screen one last time, share. So if we go into, let me see. So if you want to subscribe, you would just go here and hit get started, okay? And that'll bring you into this screen here that will show you that you get your first month for free. Sorry, my computer sometimes is as fast as pushing a peanut with your nose, which isn't very fast. So then you can just get in here. So your first month free, but I'm going to go back and I'm also going to put in this link for you to subscribe. Stop share. And I'll send an email back out to all the attendees that came here as well. So I'm going to type it here and then just type in to subscribe. Oh, okay. And then, yeah, so there's the subscribe button right there. And that's that. And I think that's all I really got for you guys. So for example, we're going to be doing these types of events every 2 weeks. You've met Shauna, you've met Magda. They are going to be the hosts of the upcoming events. We're going to be doing them every 2 weeks where you're going to learn different ways to better your business and better yourself as an entrepreneur, be the healthiest version possible. So stay tuned for that. I will send an email out when the next ones arrive. I think the next one's going to be Shauna, just reverse. Magda will be working with Shauna. So it'll be a very exciting event here. And yeah, so I guess in the summary here, Magda's services are at a 25% discount, becoming a partner of EntrepreneurFit. Same with all the other 40, 50 services we offer. And that's exclusive there. Magda, that was absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to be, using the services that you offer to be healthier, because the healthier I am, like I said, the healthier my business is going to be. And that's, I want to be around for a long time, leave a legacy for my child, right? So I thank you.
Yes, thank you, Magda. Thank you, Chris. And I just have a quick question. Daniel, have you been in a hip opener pose this whole time? He's giving me the grin. Yeah. Okay. Well, my hips are hurting just looking at that. So just so you know. Yeah, I should go stretch or something. But Magda, well done. And I'm looking forward to hearing how your program goes. We have similar programs. So yeah, this is a great platform. I love the community and I'm looking forward to it growing and us communicating more and just getting more and more connected. So thank you, Chris, for all your hard work.
You're very welcome. And I'll make sure that everybody who's attended here gets an email with Shauna's contact information and Magda's contact information and what she's offering. And then the link to subscribe to Jude too. So you get those discounts, right? And just be part of such a beautiful community. So thank you. You guys are all awesome. I know most of you, those of you who I don't know, I look forward to getting to know you because I'm hoping you'll be part of our community. And yes, stay tuned for the next one that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you. And thank you everybody who attended. Thank you for listening to us talk for a whole hour.
And you know what? We'll just leave the chat up a little bit here for about 5 minutes so you guys can copy and paste those links that are in there so they don't get lost. And feel free to start networking from here if you want. Tell people what you do. Or chat amongst each other. It's a great way for people to meet and collaborate as well too. But,
and I was gonna. I wanted to add, if you guys have any questions specifically about the program or just something that you're struggling with that you wanted to chat about, you can reach out to me as well via the email that Chris will send to you.
And we have a few minutes left. So if anyone has any really pressing questions about what was covered today or something that we went over quickly, if you want us to repeat, maybe just unmute and ask away. We can chat for a little bit. No one wants to say anything. I'm still waiting for Daniel to unmute and tell me what pose he's in right now. Oh, here he comes. Oh yes, okay. You're on the little croissant. The very deadly croissant. Not the yummy, fluffy kind. Well done. Okay. Very good. All right. Nice to see you. And David, thanks for joining us. David's on one of my programs right now and must have got the invite through. Thanks for David. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, not at all. Just thank you for having me again. And it was great seeing everyone. Really honored. Magda, you have a beautiful story. I really enjoyed hearing about it, and I wish you all the success that you receive. And just thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's so nice.
Thanks, Dave.
You're
so
welcome.
Great to have you here. And my girl Jennifer was on earlier. She apologizes. She had to jump off. She had another call coming in, but she does want to watch the recording, Magda. So I'll send her to your Facebook page.
Sounds good. Yeah. I'll stop the recording right now, actually.